Have you ever wondered how many secrets your family keeps? What would it be like to find out about the existence of a granddaughter you never knew existed? Or perhaps you want to confirm your brightest expectations. In this video, I'll tell you about an incredible story that happened to one family and how a DNA test was the key to unlocking the secrets of their family tree. "You're not welcome here," a woman sat across from Tanya and looked at her intently. Her eyes reflected nothing, which was very strange. Usually, as they say, the eyes are the soul of a person, but not this time. Opposite Tatiana sat a woman with empty eyes, no emotions. It wasn't even clear whether she was angry or didn't care, but her voice was steady. "Did someone call you?" "No, why come without asking?" Tatiana was confused for a moment. All the confidence she had been filled with an hour ago had evaporated. What remained was excitement and bewilderment. No one. I'm here because we're not interested. You can go back where you came from," the woman muttered. "Until..." The gate creaked, making both women wince. Too late. A girl of about 10 was walking briskly along the path lined with large white stones. She had not yet seen that Aunt Valia was not alone. The girl was humming something. She had a towel in her hands, her hair was damp, gathered in a ponytail, and her t-shirt was not dry yet. Valentina cursed softly as she watched her. She wanted to scold her now, to smack her. The obnoxious girl had gone to the river again without asking. But in front of Tatiana, such behavior was unacceptable. Pleased, Tanya realized that the girl did not see them. At that moment she was hanging a towel on a rope outside, pulled off a wet t-shirt, placed it next to her, then pulled on a dry one that was hanging there. The woman grabbed Valentina's hands. "Say I'm your friend, a distant relative. Please." Valentina threw her hands away just as the girl saw them. "Aunt Valia, do we have company?" The girl's eyes glittered with a sly light. She realized the aunt would not say anything about the river as long as this aunt was sitting there. The girl's gaze quickly ran over the stranger, and she lost all interest. "Okay, I'll go. Go, Masha," said the aunt and looked at Tatiana with hatred. "Get out before I call the police." Tanya came from the village to conquer the capital. She, like many girls at a young age, dreamed of a luxurious life, of a prince in a white Mercedes and a big house. In general, the girl wanted a carefree life, so she went. In some bar she met Vladimir. The relationship began rapidly, just as rapidly, and ended. The guy left her, and except for his name, the girl knew nothing about him. When she found out that she was pregnant, the trace of him was gone. It was too late to have an abortion. She gave birth to a daughter, Masha. She wanted to leave her at the maternity hospital, but they talked her out of it. "Think about it, how will you live later? You can always refuse." Tanya didn't even think of bringing up the little girl. She left her at birth to her aunt in the village. "She's gone to Moscow again. As soon as I get my life straightened out, I'll take her right away," Tanya begged her aunt. "Please. It's very hard with a child in a big city without a job. I'll find a job, rent a place to live, and then..." "Leave it," Valentina said. She had no children of her own, but she loved Tanya. She couldn't give up her child. "You'll transfer the money." Tanya transferred the money faithfully for the first year, and then she disappeared. It was as if she never existed. Valentina waited a year, another. There was no news from her niece, as well as financial help. The woman turned to the guardianship, deprived her mother of parental rights, and took custody of the baby. She did not tell Masha about her own mother, but she did not let her call herself a mother either. "I'm your aunt," Valentina grumbled. "You don't have a mother and never had one, do you understand? Where is she? It doesn't matter, forget about her." Masha nodded obediently. Valentina realized that someday she would have to tell the truth. 8 more years passed. Tanya lived in the city, never went to work. She married several times, but all times were unsuccessful. Men refused to provide for a healthy woman, and those who could afford it did not even pay attention to Tanya. Tatiana once again moved into a rented dorm room with a friend. "Milka, tell me, where can I find normal men? Oh, everything's wrong with you. Your Kolka was normal. Why did you run away from him? Are you out of your mind? A normal man should support his woman, take her to the sea abroad. And this one? He can't take himself anywhere. Why did you get married then? You saw what he's like. His parents seem to be well off, but they're greedy as hell." "It's boring at your place, at least turn on the TV," Tanya said, took the remote control, pushed the button and froze. She saw a familiar face on the screen. "Turn it off, it's the news again." "Shut up!" Tatiana turned up the volume. "The heir has passed away," the woman on the screen said, and Tanya listened attentively. When the news was over, she turned off the TV. "Did you hear that?" "What? Someone died again." "So? What does it have to do with you?" my friend asked indifferently. Remember, I told you that I have a daughter. Well, that's her father. Are you sure? The friend became animated. Tanya talked excitedly about the past, and then she added, we should go there to them. Surely his parents will be happy, will welcome their granddaughter with open arms, and if they already have 10 grandchildren, they said he had no family. The next day, Tatiana was already on duty at the company's office, but it was impossible to meet Vladimir's parents at once. It was only a month later that she managed to catch Vladimir's father on the street. You have a granddaughter, Tanya blurted out. She had been hunting and waiting for so long that she didn't beat around the bush. The man with gray hair snickered. Aha, and a grandson. I'm telling you the truth. A DNA test will prove it in a heartbeat. The man stopped and looked at the woman intently. Bring her in, we'll do the test. Tatiana went to her aunt's house. She remembered about her daughter. She hadn't seen her since the day she'd given her the baby. Valentina looked down at her niece. What do you want? Mashka doesn't know you and doesn't want to know you. Please, you can't refuse me. She's my daughter. Yours? Valentina snorted. You have no parental rights. You have no one. Go away before the girl comes back. Tatiana didn't want to give up just like that. After all, there was money ahead. Big money. I'm not going anywhere. I'll sleep on your porch. Sleep, Valentina replied indifferently. The next morning, Valia did not find Masha in the house. Are you really my mother? Masha looked at the strange aunt with interest. I am. Aunt Valia took you away from me. Just found you. Where are we going now? And now I'll introduce you to your grandfather and you'll have everything. Masha's eyes were burning bright. She had never seen a big city, never traveled by train, and never had ice cream for breakfast. So far, she was fine with everything. Tatiana led the girl to a large building, and this time, they were allowed in. In a spacious office, a gray-haired man looked at the girl carefully. Then some man in a white coat came in and took biomaterial for tests. You'll come back in a week, the man said, and looked down at his papers. What do you mean a week from now? Where are we going now? We actually came from the village. We have no place to stay, and I don't have much money. Leave your address, I'll let you know the results. We're not going anywhere. I checked, we can get the test done right away. Is that so? The man looked at the woman carefully. He saw right through her. Insolent. Defiant. Okay, wait in the hallway. My little girl is your granddaughter. Tanya wouldn't calm down. The man curled his lips in a smile. As soon as he saw the girl, he immediately realized that she was his granddaughter. She was a copy of his son. He wanted to know more about her mother now. He didn't like her very much. Okay, you wait here. An hour later, the man received a call, and they told him something for a long time. Tatiana's eyes were already burning. She was already mentally spending fabulous riches, moving into a large house, going on vacation. And Masha, it didn't matter about her. She'll give her to the nannies. Now Tanya would finally become wealthy. The man got up and came to the girl, sat down next to her. Let's get acquainted, granddaughter. There was a warm smile on her face. Masha smiled back. Tanya relaxed completely. She was confident. No, she was a good girl that she had once contacted this Vladimir and gave birth and did not leave the girl in the maternity hospital, although she really wanted to. The man approached her and calmly said, "And you can be free, what do you mean? I'm a mother." Tanya jumped up with indignation. You, Tatiana, are deprived of parental rights. We're no longer detaining you. Thank you for letting us know. What do you mean? She's my daughter. I gave birth to her. And she was raised by another woman from whom you stole the child, by the way. Do you want me to tell you what's in store for you, sweetheart? Do you want to leave or do you want me to help you? Valentina refused to move to the city, so Masha stayed with her. Only now they had everything in the house. Native grandparents began to often take the girl to themselves. Masha's future was secured.